let me introduce you to the Raven Road Game. We take about 3 road trips a year, one in spring for wildflowers, a second for fall color, and a third in winter. This is generally a longer one, and our favorites are up the coast from California to Canada, or inland from California to somewhere around Utah, New Mexico, Colorado direction. But all of these take us into what I call Raven Country. Lots of wide open space in between very sparsely populated towns. So on the road, we play the Raven Road Game. Simply count all the ravens you see while traveling. What's great about this game is it gives your passenger, or better yet, passengers, something fun and educational to do. Instead of looking at their stupid phones and pads and complaining about lack of service, they will be looking at the beautiful and diverse scenery everywhere you go. They also can learn a lot about many different kinds of birds and animals out there. How to play. Divide the car like a 12-hour clock, with 12 being directly in front. When anyone sees a bird that they suspect is a raven, they can simply call out, "Raven, 11 o'clock." The others can confirm and count it. Now, as the driver of the car, you are constantly scanning back and forth across the road in front of you, so you will naturally spot a lot. However, the driver need only call out bird at 1 o'clock. Then please leave it up to your passengers to possibly identify whether or not it is a raven. The last thing you want to be doing is to be distracted by a silly bird taking your eyes off the road.
Thank you.
The biggest challenge is being able to quickly identify a raven. So educate your passengers to look at the size, shape, especially the tail, and listen for any sound that might identify the bird as a raven.
Hi guys, what are you doing?
Crows tend to only be in close to small towns, so in town have them pay extra attention to make sure they've identified correctly. For us, crows don't count. Hawks don't count. Raven road art doesn't count. And Cinderellas, that's what we call turkey vultures because the only one I got to know was named Cinderella, they don't count either. But know this, ravens will sometimes join a vulture's kettle. So if one sees circling vultures, encourage them to keep watch because many times they will see the smaller, darker ravens with a diamond-shaped tail in amongst them. Those do count. Little Cinderellas move pretty good. Also, I don't count the ravens I see when I'm out hiking about.
So high.
So these I see out by the lake, they don't count. The ravens I see when we stop at breakfast, and those we see when we stop for gas, those don't count either.
That's gonna be a great vacation. Look at that.
Only the ravens in a moving car. However, if I see a group of ravens while driving and I happen to be on a small backcountry road like this, where there are no other cars, then I may choose to safely pull over and enjoy the show, and perhaps actually count how many ravens there are in the group.
Oh man, look at all of them. Look at that.
I do count these in my total because I did see them from the road. I just couldn't safely count how many there were while I was driving. Just know one can easily expand this game to include any and all birds and any kind of animal you want. There are many throughout these regions. Just list what you hope to see and mark them as you go. But please, and I can't emphasize this enough, as a driver, remember this is a dumb game to keep your passengers alert and busy with the beauty that's out there. So don't forget that the most important thing you are doing is driving the car. Pay attention to your driving and let your passengers have the fun. And while they're at it, have them also looking for deer, which also share these highways. Then, as a driver, you need to be extra alert. For when you see them, safely try to slow down, for deer can panic and at the last second, they may dart out right in front of you. Here's our latest trip from Fall Color 2019. This is raw footage and sound shot with an Osmo Pocket. Here's my first one. One. The advantages are it turns on quickly and I'm able to easily point it out the window or hand it off to someone else without taking my eyes off the road. The disadvantage is it's not always focused, and being such a wide angle, I can sometimes see the raven in my view, but the camera doesn't show it because the bird is too far away. Also, the loud banging sounds when the camera accidentally hits the window kind of sounds obnoxious. But overall, I think you'll agree it's a great shot. Have fun!